Jayson, the pace looked really natural for you guys tonight. How have you kind of learned to embrace pace, and you guys as a team learned to embrace pace to have this kind of offensive showing?
I think it's just playing to our strengths, right? Without Rob right now, we kind of go into a smaller lineup and, playing with pace, playing fast, that plays to our strength. So, especially with that first group, whoever gets the rebound, can push the ball. So, it definitely helps when we get stops, and it just makes us more dynamic, in the offensive end when we get stops and we just push the ball and everybody can handle and make plays.
Last year was having the ball in you and Jalen's hands a little bit more, but it looked like everybody was kind of working on that facilitation. Just say whoever has it goes and pushes that pace and sets up the play.
Yeah, I mean, it's always, time and scoring management, right? Maybe late shot clock, end of the half or in the fourth quarter, we'll slow it down, call something. But just in the flow of the game, push the ball. We've been playing really well together, so we all trust each other. Just all about getting to the right spots. Spacing is key, getting to the right spots, and then make something happen.
Hey, Jayson. Were there any challenges with you kind of sliding into the 4 position on the defensive end? And how did you guys approach that?
No challenges. We gave up a lot of points tonight, which we, weren't too happy about. But we have a defensive-minded group. And, I think without Rob, we got a rebound. Everybody has to, crash the glass on the defensive end. But, there was no worries, I guess, about playing the 4. It's kind of positionless basketball these days. So, be on the same page, follow the game plan, help your man out, box out and grab a rebound.
Jayson, is there a difference in how you're approaching drives and attacking the basket this season as compared to seasons in the past?
I think so. A lot has to do with just health and, how I feel, being able to get the proper amount of rest coming into the season and, kind of go through the stages of, a proper off season, so that I can, feel as good as I possibly, can coming into training camp and start the season. And, from a physical standpoint, from the way my body feels, my legs, and, the weight that I'm at, this is the best I've felt probably coming into a season, the last 2 or 3 years. So, I think that has a lot to do with it.
And you and Jalen have obviously combined for a lot of big performances, but is there anything different about how you guys were able to put this performance together tonight?
It was just in the flow. A lot of times we don't necessarily call sets, and if we do, it's kind of random sometimes, but it's all about making a sacrificial cut or getting somebody else open or passing up a good shot for a great shot, getting out in transition. The ball rewards good basketball, and, the guys trust us to, make the right play, and the right play can be for ourselves sometimes and be for others. So I think it was just in the flow of the game tonight.
You guys are starting small against Joel Embiid, and it was pretty clear from the beginning you were being very aggressive on defense, going for steals, blocking shots. How much did you want to make a statement of physicality kind of across the perimeter players?
Yeah, like I said earlier, we got a defensive-minded group, right? And the thing I love, we all super competitive, and, we got the reigning defensive player of the year on our team, and Rob was second team all defense, and, Al has been, one of the best defenders in the league for a long time, and, myself, JB, trying to get on those all defensive teams, and we take pride in that. Take pride in being great individual defenders and, great team defense. And it's all about setting the tone, being physical, just being on the same page at all times.
Yeah, along those lines, do you feel like you guys were able to make a statement with this win?
This is one game, right? If we won by 20 or lost by 20, it counted as one, as Brad Stevens would say. I mean, you want to win every game you play, so it feels good. You know, some things that, you know, we got to work on and clean up. You know, like I said, we gave up too many points. Trying to get back to being like the best defensive team. You know, we got some things to work on, but, you know, a win is a win. And, you know, starting off on the right track, we'll take it.
Speaking of Brad, Joe feels like, I don't know, not a duplication, but he's so calm, so steady on the sidelines, not showing any emotion, what we saw from Brad for so many years. What was Joe like in his first game, and how did he help you guys tonight?
Joe was great. I'm super happy for him, just making the most out of this opportunity. And, you know, getting your first win as a head coach in your first try, that's big. I'm sure you guys seen we splashed him with water. And he wouldn't have took any of the credit for the night. But, you know, the thing that I like about Joe and admire about him is that, you know, he's like, you know, he's very honest that, you know, he doesn't know everything. And, you know, he wants us to help him out as much as he's helping us out. So, you know, it's like we're in a relationship. And we all on the same page and trying to accomplish the same thing. So we all in this together.
Jayson, I think the second quarter block on Maxey, and you kind of turned to the crowd and kind of screamed, or, I mean, are you making an effort to be more vocal this year? Is that just natural? Because you've always been sort of a soft-spoken guy. But this year, are you making an effort to be more vocal?
I think I've listened to all you guys' criticism about how quiet I've been. So took that challenge personally, and I'm working on it.
And secondly, you and Jalen seem to have motivations, maybe for different reasons, some of the same reasons. He said you guys didn't really talk this offseason much. I mean, about the losing in the finals, but he said it was a tough summer for both of you guys. How would you say, it seems like both of you guys are coming in to this season with chips on your shoulders.
Yeah. I'm glad the season has started so we can, you know, in a sense, stop talking about it. But, I mean, it was a tough summer, you know, for myself, everybody, because everywhere I went, you know, somebody, you know, mentioned, you know, good job in the finals next year. You guys did well. And it's like, you know, they meant it in a good way. But, you know, it's just a reminder that you lost. You got to the top and you didn't get over that hump. So just kind of dealing with that all summer and realizing that, you know, it's opening night and one team is getting the ring and we not. So that kind of kept me up late last night. But it's a new season and just, you know, ready to move past it.
Jayson, you just said before that you're really happy for Joe taking advantage of the opportunity that he's had. And a lot of you guys have expressed that same sentiment. And you, even back in the finals when Joe came up, you were really, you know, really effusive in your praise for him back then. Like, what is it about him that has kind of endeared him to the group the way he has even before this? Because it seems like you guys really, even from before he was the head coach, have really been in his corner.
Yeah, you could always see that. Joe had all the makings of being a head coach someday. You know, he was always very motivated, you know, relatively young, so he got a lot of passion. And he's just an overall good person. You know, Joe cares about, as much as I do on the court, he cares about the things that, you know, I do off the court. And we've had a great relationship ever since he's been here. I swear I ain't crying. I got something in my eye. We had a great relationship ever since he's been here. So it's only going to continue to grow, you know, as, you know, we grow in our careers together and hopefully win a lot of games.